Hello again, this is Sports Betting Whale, Thursday, March 30th, 2017. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on the YouTube channel. Please visit us at the whalepicks.com to learn more about my 25-year history in the sports handicapping industry and one of the most successful runs in Nevada history multiple times. If you want to text me, please text me at 702-462-1135. A little bit of an announcement. I'm going to be filming on a sports handicapping documentary this weekend. I've been asked this weekend to be interviewed for a sports handicapping documentary that will be shown probably on Netflix this summer. It's for leading handicappers in the country, and I'll be sharing some history of the different runs that I've gone on in sports and the methods I use, some nice tidbits and anecdotes that should be interesting for everybody. So I'll give you more information on that as it is available. One of the things I want to talk to you about today is how professional gamblers approach their business. They use a very mechanical approach generally, and you kind of have to. I mean, imagine being a poker player, sitting sometimes at the poker tables for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 hours, just waiting for the right opportunities to win, knowing most of the time you're mucking and losing antes, and sometimes you're losing when you should have won. Someone draws an inside straight, or sometimes you get lucky and actually catch a hand. But professional players win in the long run because they've got the odds on their favor. They're better than their opponents. They know more than their opponents. They can read the table. They can read the players. They can read the cards. They have more experience. So professional sports handicappers are the same. In the long run, we win because we have better information. We have better pattern recognition. We understand what typically happens, and we're good at, generally speaking, we're good at money managing so that we can take advantage of our winning opportunities and end up winning money at the end of the year. If you're a professional sports bettor or a professional poker player, if you aren't successful, you run out of money and you're done. And there's plenty of people that have done that. What's interesting about me is that for over 25 years, I've been able to work off a small base and consistently win large amounts of money. Now, do I always win off the $1,000? No, like I talked about in the book that is coming out. Sometimes I'll lose the $1,000 base 20, 30 times before I end up winning hundreds of thousands. But the 20 or 30,000 base for me is off-house money. So I can be much more aggressive than the average player. So for you, if you can replenish the $1,000 each time, like right now you're down a couple of $1,000 if you were able to replenish $1,000 twice, and when we get on a streak, you'll end up with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, so that $2,000 investment during the choppy times won't seem like anything. It doesn't seem like anything to me because I know what's coming during the hot wave. So that's how professional gamblers think. They certainly experience cold times, they experience choppy times, they experience things when the patterns aren't aligning like they normally do, but they have enough experience in history to know that the patterns do develop and they make more money during the hot streaks than they lose during the cold streaks. Therefore, you end up ahead. It's true in the stock market, it's true in real estate, it's true in anything that you invest in. If it ends up ahead at the end of a period of time, it doesn't really matter how choppy it was in the meantime, you still made money. The mindset of a professional gambler, whether it be sports or poker, those are the two where they're skill games. Anybody that says they're a professional gambler that plays slots or craps or anything like that, I don't get it. I used to be a casino analyst, and I know that the odds are stacked against you when you're playing against the house. But when you're playing poker or you're playing sports, you're really playing against the other players in poker or in sports, and the casino is just taking a rake. So that's where the expertise and experience comes in. But boy, oh boy, it's a roller coaster ride. So you have to look at it from almost a objective dispassionate, as much as you can, emotionless program. I've gone on unbelievably hot streaks, and yes, I'll celebrate for a little bit, but then I go back to a normal state. And when I'm cold, I realize a hot streak is coming. An analogy I use with people: if I told you that you're going to put your hand into a bag, you can't see what's in there, but there are a total of 70 colored marbles in there and 30 plain marbles in there. And by the time you're done, you're going to have 70 right and 30 wrong. If you pull in and you grab a bunch of plain marbles, well, okay, that wasn't particularly lucky, because the odds are that you're going to get the colored marbles more than you are the plain ones. But if you're pulling the plain ones, that means there's more colored ones in the actual bag. So in that case, you should almost get excited about the fact that things are about to even get better. And looking at it from that perspective, that's kind of how I look at it. If I'm pulling out a lot of marbles and whoop, that's not a winner, well, I know the winning marbles are still in the bag, because historically I always win at a certain percentage. Yes, sometimes I win way higher than that norm. Sometimes I'm way under that norm. But at the end of the year, if you're still with me this time next year, we can have that conversation again, and I'll remind you of the fact is that the year after year it ends up with a similar win percentage. Same true as used to be a casino analyst. Sometimes the players get unusually hot in blackjack or in craps, and they'll go on a run and they'll beat the casino for, sometimes the casinos lose 2, 3, 4 days or even a week. But does that mean that the casinos are going to get nervous about taking the action? Sometimes people hit big jackpots in the slots. Does that mean the casinos are nervous about people coming in and playing the slots? No, because they know over time that they're going to win a certain percentage. And that's how it is with sports and professional handicappers and sports bettors. They know that they're going to win a certain percentage, they're going to win a certain amount return on investment over a period of time. And that's where I'm at, and that's what you'll see as well. And certainly look forward to you all experiencing the plus. But even, remind you, when we get hot and we're way up, that it's just numbers. Yes, we're going to catch an incredible hot streak that's beyond normal, but same thing happens during cold streaks. So the money management system makes sure that we're accelerating when things are good and decelerating when things are not good. So very, very astute at how I handle the money management recommendations. I'm doing so because I want you to be able to hang in there and see the upside and progress when we get hot. Look forward to everyone experiencing it over the next multiple seasons in the different sports, and look forward to you seeing how approaching it as a professional sports handicapper would, how that will work out well for you in the long run. So we're going into the season now where, with baseball coming up, you're already seeing the baseball selections are solid. The hockey selections right now are solid. We're getting better on the basketball. We've had 2 consecutive winning days on the half times. I really encourage you to ride with this, because one way of looking at it, would you rather jump in with me now after a choppy period in a cold streak, knowing a huge hot streak is coming, or would you rather jump in after a hot streak, knowing it's probably going to even out and I'll have some cold periods to offset the hot streak? I'm more confident now with the going through the cold, knowing that the spring and the summer is coming, and literally the spring and the summer is coming. So it's a fair analogy of what we've been through and what's happening now with the baseball season coming in. Went ahead and released 2 baseball round robins for the people that are on the email list this morning. As you can see, I took them myself. Yesterday, I'm going to go ahead and put the tickets on the screen for yesterday. Yesterday I had about $30-something thousand in action and ended up plus $5,500, I think, for the day. For all of those people that were following the plays, they ended up units on the round robins, both baseball, basketball, and hockey. and they also ended up units on the half times. So that was a nice cross-platform win for everybody yesterday. We didn't get lucky and hit the big ones. We didn't hit the 4 out of 4 in hockey. We had 3 out of 4. We had some unusual games in baseball where we should have won a lot more than we did. And then you saw in the basketball, New Orleans covered easily in the first half. The first half round he won in dramatic fashion. Wasn't even close, including St. Peter's. That was a blowout winner from the gate. I think the opening score on that was 18-1. So I'm sure people liked seeing that tick. And then New Orleans won quite easily, and Miami was an easy winner over the New York Knicks. So that was fantastic. Weird finish on the Mavericks game with New Orleans. We were up solidly, and even at the end, we were up 3, given 5. They didn't foul us. Generally, we win those situations. It would have been a real sweep for us. Okay, so one question that came in, please text us with questions at 702-462-1135 or email us for any information you would like. I'm more than happy to answer the questions, and those of you who've been watching it for a while realize that I'll answer the tough questions as well. I don't duck away from anything, and I know that when we have a down day, it hurts. It hurts all of us. It hurts me, and I'm certainly wanting to explain it to you and get you back on track. Question today is, in sports, there are certain teams that tend to not play well against other teams. Do you take this into account when handicapping games? Yes, absolutely do, especially in the revenge situation. Revenge is a really strong handicapping system that I know the champ system uses, and so do I, but you have to be careful that you're not running into a situation where, for whatever reason, one team's dominating the other, and that does happen. You'll see situations where you would expect revenge, but there's something unusual going on there. And by looking at the history of the team's performance, if you see that one team has swept a team and then they play again and swept them again, that would give me pause as far as playing the revenge angle on that. So I do take a look at that. Thank you very much for the question. Okay, so today in baseball, we started out, as you'll see here, we started out with a round robin of the Red Sox, Tampa Bay, Orioles, and Yankees, and then later the Padres, Astros, Indians, and Giants. So that was Red Sox, Tampa Bay, Orioles, and Yankees, and then later Padres, Astros, Indians, and Giants. The Astros, Indians, and Giants do start later, so anybody that wants to take those 3, the Padres have started at the time of this filming, but the other 3 are later. Okay, in basketball, we're doing the same thing as last night. We're going to take the team's first half and for the game. So we have 7-12 over on TCU, 17-12, first round robin is 7-12 over on TCU, 7-1 under on Brooklyn, and 7-04 over on the Bulls. That's 7-12 over on TCU, 7-01 under on Brooklyn, and 7-04 over on the Bulls. Same 3 teams first half, so 17-12 over on TCU, 17-01 under on Brooklyn, 17-04 over on the Bulls. Next round robin groups. These are all 2s and 3s at 2 units away, total of 8. 7-08 Phoenix, 7-09 Rockets, 7-06 Minnesota. 7-08 Phoenix, 7-09 Rockets, 7-06 Minnesota. Same 3 for the first half, 17-08 Phoenix, 17-09 Rockets, 17-06 Minnesota. In hockey, we're going to take a 2s and 3s at 3 units each. That's going to be 2s and 3 at 3 units each for a total of 12 units. Tampa Bay Lightning, Montreal Canadiens, Minnesota Wild. That's Tampa Bay, Montreal, and Minnesota. Final round robin of the day is a 3s and a 4 in hockey. And this one you're going to take it 2 units each for a total of 10. It's our recommendation. Of course, manage it as you will. New York Islanders, Anaheim Ducks, San Jose Sharks, Nashville Predators. That's the New York Islanders, Anaheim Ducks, San Jose Sharks, and Nashville Predators. Well, good slate of action in college, pro, and hockey, and baseball tonight. So for you sports fans, you've got a lot of games to watch, a lot of games for us to sweat in tonight. and look forward to another profitable day. Thank you. Going forward, I'll continue to release all of my daily picks to you for free if you text me or subscribe to my mailing list. So make sure to text me or subscribe to my free mailing list so I can continue sending you all of my picks every day. I've made tens of millions of dollars betting on sports over the years, and now I'm finally breaking my secret so that you too can share in my success. All you have to do is either click on the link in the description of this video or send me a text message to my phone number at 702-462-1135. If you're texting me from outside the United States, add the +1, so it's +1 702-462-1135. I will begin texting and emailing you with all of my daily picks whenever they come up. Remember, subscribing to my mailing list is 100% free, no strings attached. And every day that you're not a subscriber to my free mailing list is another day that you may have missed out on one of my devastating winning runs. So be sure to click on the link in the description of this video or send me a text at 702-462-1135, or if you're outside of the United States, +1 702-462-1135 to join my mailing list today, 100% free. And you'll be the first to know when I release my killer picks every single day. Again, 100% free.